And we are back. Today we are going to talk about reds, the natural leaders. So, when your spiritual gift is located in a chakra, you see its possibilities and issues everywhere around you, in people, places, things. You see it everywhere. You cannot separate your lens or focus from the object you are focusing on. Reds do share their expertise with you. And in this way, let you borrow their red colored glasses. So, they having been bent by a certain light, they've been light for you. You do not need to do it yourself. This is their job. So, they just help you to do things their way, pretty much. So, the basic definition would be reds with spiritual gifts. Reds with the spiritual gift formed by the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, easily draw through their connection with either with source or God or your higher power, however you call him. And then they vision on how to move forward in life. They tend to act as though the wind is always at their back, and they stay attentively in action at all times. So they're always in action. They're always busy, always busy, always busy, always working. Especially when they take action to give orders. They strike out into new territories to structure light into the world. So that's a little bit of a definition of the reds. I'm just giving basics here. I'm not going to give it all. Like I said, most of it will be within all of it will be in the membership site, but I'm just giving you basics of all the reds, all of the colors here within this 7 days, so that way you know what each one is. So when you know what your master chakra is, it goes along with these. You can do the workbook then that goes along with this, and also, like I said, in a couple days. After the 7 days, it will be taken down because I'm not going to leave it up. It is a paid program, so, and I'm letting it be free for at the moment. So, reds and their gifts. These are some of their gifts. So, reds are overachievers. They like to see the big picture of things. They prefer to spend time telling others what to do and watching over them, like I've said here before. Spending their days taking care of the small things. It makes them very good at running a business, because they don't worry about all the little small things that need to be done, and they're always, going. It also makes them good at helping someone believe in themselves. Because their gift is focused in the physical realm, they concentrate on the bottom line. They always keep the achievement of their objective in front of themselves. So they want to engage you in the objective that they come up with and encourage you to develop yourself so you can accomplish what you desire as well. Sometimes reds prefer to give orders directly, and at other times they enjoy leading from behind. So, just by inspiring you or showing you how to be encouraged, to show courage, explaining what you need to do to get the results that you want. So, here are both strategies. Leading out front, the first one, reds might approach people assembled by getting their attention and giving a short speech that consists of an overview of what must be done. Or then again, a short sentence may be just enough, depending on the context of what they are talking about. But what if a red manages an entire organization on an ongoing basis? What will she say in a staff meeting? She will review. This is what she will review the goals that have been achieved. She will acknowledge people who did well. She will state what the group is going to do next. During group discussion of obstacles or during times in the meeting when other staff members are traditionally supposed to inform others of something, she will keep a keen eye on whether or not what is said is to her standards and what her goals are. Reds realize that some people need more of an explanation than others may need. She may let you explain the rational or process to others, or she might tell you to do it later in a different setting. Reds don't like people to linger too long. They don't like them to linger too long in their thoughts or anything else, feelings, explanations, or stories. So this can sometimes embed them from even getting the information they need to lead. Still, they will do it to keep everyone on track. So heaps of details and discretion can be more difficult to get through to them depending on the density and relative relationship to the big picture. If you can't get to the point and relate it to their goal, you will be eaten like a wounded fish in a shark infested water. So they're not one that wants to stick around and listen to it. They know what they were looking for, they know what they want, and they're wanting it to the point. So that's kind of them. Now, if they're the ones leading from behind, they are more like the feminine style. They of leadership, and they continue to lead from a point where they feel everyone knows what they are doing and what is at stake. This becomes all about building people up, going behind the scenes, encouraging someone, fixing things that go wrong with or without assistance, making follow-up decisions, bringing people to consciousness. Once the goal has been set and people begin working, it is necessary to take their roles and do their part. So they're the kind of bosses like, here, this is yours. I expect you know what to do. Do it. Bring it back to me when it's done. And hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, keep it up. Hey. They're that kind of leader. The other ones are pretty much like, this is the way it's done when they're leading from the front. This is leading from behind right now is the ones where they're just like, hey, great job. They're like the cheerleaders. Hey, I'm cheering you on. Great job. Yay. Yeah. And this is what I got for you to do. I need you to do it. And when you're done, bring it back. The other ones that were ones that I was talking about before from leading from the front, they're like, this is the way it is. This is the way it's done. This is how I want it to be done. And I'm going to keep an eye on you as I make sure that you're doing it the way that it should be done. So that's a little bit about threads and the two strategies of their gifts. So then Reds are also very protective. They are like a mother. They're more like a mother figure. So Reds protects their children. It's one of the reasons it's one of the reasons we now down the group of possible actions to the most essential things that need to be done. This does not just happen in work context. It can happen when a group of friends goes out or to the mall or anything else. They are the ones that's going to keep them kind of present and together and watchful of everything that's going on. So remember, Reds never forget that it is non-Reds that they manage. So Reds don't usually manage Reds. Reds are usually the ones managing purples, violets. So sometimes what other colors do gets them in trouble because they tend not to take getting in trouble as seriously as Reds. This is because potential danger often doesn't seem so dangerous to non-Reds. They self-sabotage too easily, according to a Red. This principle refers to the actions that we take that put us little by little in a state of distress. We are usually not aware of these actions or their consequences while we are performing them. For example, a Red will see see it if someone experiences financial hardship and wants to help that person take control. They will suggest actions that get the person out of harm's way, such as changing their view of debt and releasing its importance. Its role in a human's... I cannot talk today. The words just do not want to come out today. Its role in a human's suffering. They would not suggest the person struggling to get a better or different job. A red will offer a support needed, starting with the mental conditioning and the emotional release from the structure of others, ending with the spiritual grounding and the physical support to get that person to safer ground. A red's direction is clear and very distinct. So, from crown to toe leader. If a question is asked, then starting from the crown chakra, they receive their answers. Their intuition comes from divine inspiration. They get their extremely far ahead and pinpointed intuition by being enlightened with knowledge from above in such a way as it comes into their crown chakra and into every cell of their body. They just get it all at once. A great big concept that an individual needs to move forward on. So they physically feel their spiritual visions, which is where their big picture stems from. Reds are close to the earth, and their energy always focuses in a downward motion, bringing other people's concerns, ideas, and energy down to the ground, where they will shake out as real or not. Their answers to the questions often have a physical cast using sensory images, and their tone of voice reflects their connection with action repeated on the earth plane. They care about causes and what cause something to happen. The beginning, the start, then things must keep clicking into a physical reality for forward motion to occur. All things from above extend into the bottom of the system. The root of the tree for a red. They love to compare an idea to a physical reality. So, a reason to lead. They are most gratified when the group they are helping reaches its objectives. If reds do not lead a formal group, they can still have a group of people, consistently of whomever it is they usually socialize with. When the group is the reason and inspiration for their vision, it's easy for them to stay in their light, tell people what to do, and be well received when doing so. So the group is the red's leader. They believe that they exist to help the group, and the group nominated them. And it becomes their reason for living. They experience courage with themselves at the tip of danger. And because they can subordinate all personal, lesser concerns to their overarching vision for the group and give it their loyalty. A great example of how this occurs can be found in an example here that they had is found in a television series, I guess the Vikings, if you know about that. So that's just some of that. They are good with emergencies, is another thing that reds are good with. So teachers are good. They're good at being teachers. Let's see. They're good at setting boundaries as well. So reds direct the traffic both physically and in the sense of who should do what. That's how they can be equally responsive to crises in your life, like things that happen out of the blue. So they are also like commitment to clearing obstacles and reaching goals. They are very committed to these things to make sure that they get done. Functional Reds find ways around obstacles. They're always practicing staying in action by default, of being always in action. So obstacles are immediately dealt with rather than put aside and put on a table somewhere. They have a habit of offhandedly dealing with them in a way where others know they cannot obstruct. One of their top values is following through, because actions can't be compounded to build something when commitment by those vested are missing, and Reds want to be the example. So some of their traps, and I've stated some of these before, but some of their traps is lack of leadership. So deciding that they are not the leader and refusing to lead keeps Reds stuck and creates dissatisfaction for them. Trouble can come in many forms, including a group without a leader that is plagued by aimlessness. Reds can play victim very well, and blame and whine, and not to mention to sit on the couch and do nothing. In the shadows, their ego looks to take them down by letting them off the hook. They are good at starting a fight without fear of repercussion. There is usually a gray area between gifts and traps. When a Red will push a person around in order to test their own strength, it can be acceptable if that person is strong enough to take them. If not, like all unwanted gifts, this can be seen as tough love that knows no bounds, and in the worst case, bullying. When people are not ready to fight you and don't rise to the occasion, your motive may not appear to be in your favor. Reds then cross boundaries instead of set them. So it's kind of just like the opposite of what they have as gifts. Can also be their traps if they're not in the right, how do I want to put this? If they're not in the right, I had the word on my mouth. I don't know. I'll think of it. They also not exhibiting understanding, and they have the blaming and ruling. So let's say someone isn't contributing to the bottom line, and the red is in their trap right now. She will simply fire the person, giving up on them, perhaps an obvious discontent. Treating a non-emergency like an emergency is a recipe for fear. And ruling by fear is a familiar territory of the ego out of control. Getting very egoistically angry and out of control is a red trap. Blaming the employees instead of taking responsibility for what happened is a key red trap. So, disagreeing with reality and believing lies. So, it's ironic that a red would sometimes put up a wall so as not to hear good sense, but being down their personal wall just to believe someone's lies about them. Believing other people's lies, instead of sticking to their own self-direction and knowing their own goodness is a major trap for the red spiritual gift. This is how they allow the people they are supposed to lead to take them down. When other people try to tell a red something not true about themselves or blame them for something they didn't do or something that isn't true, they succeed if the red believes it. So these are just some things about a red and their traps. Here's another one. So to summarize, we're going to summarize it up. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes and then I thought there was one more, but no, we're going to summarize this up now. So It's a red's job not only to lead out front, but also from behind. To believe in you when you cannot believe in yourself. The Red Master Chakra gift trusts that it knows what you need to do to succeed and shares it. The gift is feminine. It carries you by inspiring you to put your best foot forward without doubt or fear and stay in the moment. Reds show you where to go while encouraging you along the way, helping you with boundaries, guiding you to justice, and staying present, holding you accountable when necessary, and loving it when you succeed. Here are some famous people with a red master chakra. People with the red master chakra have the potential to be some of the most powerful people, guiding us towards the future. Some famous examples of reds include George Washington, who was a general and the first president, and Oprah, who wants to take everyone to the light and holds people accountable on her show. And let's take a moment to think about someone in your life who might be a red. Tomorrow, we will get into orange, the natural promoters. So until next time, take care, and I love you guys.